morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we're going to be taking a look at Pikachu. Now, we don't often look at Pikachu. I mean, like, everyone loves Pikachu, right? My daughter loves Pikachu. She's 1 year old, and she's a huge fan of Pikachu. She's got a Pikachu plush. When I make it go Pika, 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 Pikachu, right in her face, she loves it. But a lot of the time, the Pikachu card's like, oh, it's a new Pikachu. Well, we're getting a new Pikachu, right? Except, as far as I'm concerned at least, it is inarguably the best Pikachu we've got at the moment by quite a wide margin. So I think we need to take a gander. Now, the first thing to know, it's got 70 HP. We got a few legal Pikachu around at the moment, and some of them have 70 HP, some of them don't have 70 HP. This is way better than all the ones that do have 70 HP. 70 HP does make a difference. Now, on the one hand, it means you cannot search it out with Professor Alm's lecture, which is kind of rubbish, if I'm honest with you. But on the other hand, it means you've got extra hit points. It means that something like a Wheezing is going to take a little bit longer to get a KO on you. It means that something that's going to be spreading damage is going to take longer to actually get a KO on you. Now, to be fair, we've lost Tapu Koko and Latios. They were relevant because Tapu Koko goes from a 3 to a 4-hit KO, and Latios goes from a 2 to a 3-hit KO. But we're still going to have stuff like the new Noivern, for instance, which does 20 to each of your opponent's Pokemon for a single energy. So it's still going to be pretty relevant. Most of the time, I like having the extra HP. Now, we don't need to look too much more at the rest of the stats. It is, at the end of the day, a 70 HP evolving basic. Retreat cost of 1 is quite low and nice because it means you can use Escape Board and U-Turn Board to get free retreat, so that's pretty good. Weakness to fighting sucks because something like Buzzwole, but again, without a Diancie Prism Star, Buzzwole won't get a one-hit KO because you've got 70 HP, so there's a small mercy. And the resistance to metal is quite nice. Any resistance is pretty good, to be honest. And you're a lightning Pokemon. It means you can use Thunder Mountain to attack slightly cheaper, which you'll actually want to do. It means that you can use Electro Power to do extra damage, which you'll actually want to do. So what does it do? It's got Nuzzle. Flip a coin if heads, a defending Pokemon is now paralyzed. Look, the paralysis on a coin flip is quite nice, and to be fair, we did look at Will yesterday, and Will is a supporter card that lets you fix your first coin flip, or your next coin flip of the turn, I should say, and that's quite nice because it means that you can play Will and then guarantee to get the paralysis with Pikachu, so I'm all in favour of that. But really, the reason that Nuzzle is so gosh darned good is because we've got all the Nuzzle Pokemon. So it can be searched out with Emolga. Emolga, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon that has the Nuzzle attack and put it into your hand. Which means a loss of Professor Al's lecture isn't quite so bad. It means that we've got Pachirisu, that for a single energy can search your deck for one lightning energy to attach to each Pokemon with Nuzzle, which means you really do need to go heavy on the Nuzzlers if you want to get this working. I mean, we looked at Raichu earlier today, and Raichu's attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to all of your Pokemon, or lightning energy. So Pachirisu Snuggly Generator is going to be way, 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 way better the more energy you've got in play, and the more Nuzzlers you've got, the more energy you've got. Even though Raichu himself has Nuzzle, if you really want to make the most out of this, you cannot afford to play a non-nuzzling Pikachu. You just can't. And look, we've got a Nuzzle Pikachu. We do have a Pikachu in the format at the moment that has Nuzzle, and to be fair, it is beautiful. It was a promo where he's kind of staring down at Mimikyu. It's a really beautiful card, and it has Nuzzle. It's also got 60 HP and a bad attack. This Pikachu is just better than the other Nuzzle Pikachu. Having Nuzzle Pikachu back in the format was huge, because of things like Snuggly Generator, because of Emolga. But now we've got a better Nuzzle Pikachu. Incidentally, there is one other Nuzzle Pokemon we could take a look at. It is the Dedenne that came out in Lost Thunder. For one lightning energy, it does 10 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each Pokemon you've got in play with Nuzzle. So the ideal situation here is hitting 60 to the bench, taking out those pesky evolving Pokemon. which is quite nice. Inkay would be a nice example of that. My point here is we needed a Nuzzle Pikachu. Especially now that we've got the Nuzzle Raichu. And the thing is, right, the new Raichu's basically got the same attack as Raichu GX, except you don't get the base 20 damage, you just do 20 for each lightning energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So we need to get a whole bunch of energy out. The best way to get the energy, and I've done a video about that, I'll pop a link in the description. For our purposes, we're only worried about Snuggly Generator, and this will work, ladies and gentlemen. This will actually genuinely, legitimately work. Not only have we got Nuzzle Pikachu, not only is it going to survive probably an extra rotation over the other one, but it's way better. Speaking of way better, the second attack. We've actually got a Pikachu with whom we can reliably attack. 2 lightning, 1 colorless energy, 70 damage, 10 damage to itself. That's actually not bad. Because you see, this is a lightning Pokemon, which means that you can use Thunder Mountain. Cool. And that will reduce the attack cost by 1. And it means that you can use Tapu Koko Prism Star, which means that you can attach an energy from your discard pile to one of 2 bench Pokemon. 1 energy for each Pokemon. And then you got an extra 2 energy on the field. So with Tapu Koko putting an energy on Pikachu, and then getting that stadium down, you're doing 70 damage for a single energy. Except it's not really 70 damage, because you can start using Electro Power, etc., etc. Now, the giant counter-argument to this play, and it is a rather large counter-argument, Pikachu and Zekrom. Pikachu and Zekrom for free energy will do 150 damage and search a deck for up to 3 lightning energy attaching to one of your Pokemon. I get it. It's a better attack. But it's also on a free prize Pokemon. And here's the thing. If you're playing a Raichu deck, are you going to be playing Pikachu and Zekrom? Because I'm not going to sit here and argue that in a Pikachu and Zekrom deck, you should put in one of these Pikachu so you can get the turn 170. Clearly that would be dumb, because you want to get the turn 1 full blitz. But what I am saying, absolutely, is that if you're playing a Raichu deck, if you're playing a Nuzzle deck, and you're basically just playing Emolga, Pachirisu, Dedenne, Raichu, along with obviously Pikachu, this is a really good turn 1 play. Because you may well want to play Thunder Mountain so that you can use Pachirisu for 0 energy or Dedenne for 0 energy, etc. You're probably going to play one in the deck. And you're definitely going to want to play Tapu Koko to get extra energy out because Raichu relies on having extra energy on the field. So if you're already playing Thunder Mountain and you're already playing Tapu Koko Prism Star, and you're probably playing it in a Raichu deck, then all of a sudden this becomes a really good attack. It's a turn 170 damage. I mean, Naganadel is everywhere, and this is going to go and get a 1-hit KO on a Poipole, for instance. Or it's going to get a turn 1 KO on Zapdos. Yeah, Zapdos is weak to lightning, and ironically doesn't even hit lightning weakness. Or it's going to get a turn 1 KO on a Jirachi, which is absolutely everywhere. And like I've said, with Electro Power you can go further, but this gets a lot of easy KOs. So what we end up with here is a Pikachu who has Nuzzle and has 70 HP, which is wonderful, right? Because up until now, we were choosing Nuzzle or 70 HP. Now we can have our cake and eat it too, and there's nothing I like worse than having cake and not being allowed to eat it. But then we've got a genuinely viable turn 1 KO attack that can knock out a lot of incredibly relevant Pokemon. This is good. If Pikachu only did 60, I'd be so much less of a fan of this. But the fact of the matter is, Pokemon like Poipole, Jirachi, Zapdos, they're going to be everywhere turn 1 post-rotation. Pikachu can take them out. This is, by a wide margin, the best Pikachu we've got at the moment. Now, is it the best Pikachu ever? Well, probably not. Pikachu EX was probably the best Pikachu ever. But that was an EX. And the Pikachu GX that they had in Japan, yeah, we never got it. That was really good. But again, it was a GX. And no, clearly I'm not counting Pikachu and Zekrom. That's a tag team GX, and it's mostly Zekrom. In terms of pure Pikachu, I think this might be the best Pikachu ever. Although if you've got a counter argument, do let me know in the comment section. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I love this and I think you should too. No wussy score because it's an evolving Pokemon, so really it's by far the best Pikachu to go into a Raichu deck. It's a 5 wussy card in a Raichu deck and you probably wouldn't play it outside of that. There we go. So, tell me what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, or you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk about games. Don't even have Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.